If I hold the club up in front of me, and hopefully we can see this here okay, and if we could punch in on this as we're doing this, that'd be awesome so you could see this. Let's say I've got the club up in front of me. Now this club here, where the leading edge is just straight up and down, would be, we'll call that square. If I brought that down here, that's square to my target line. Now if I take this club face and I twist it closed, so let's say I turn it closed, let's just do about a 45-degree angle for the sake of example. So that's 45 degrees closed. If I bring that down to the ball, that's obviously 45 degrees closed to the left. Now if I bring that back up, that is quite a bit closed. Now if I take a closed club face, just have it pre-twisted in my hands for now, how do I get that club face back to square from here? If my options are pushing my hands forward towards the target or away from it. Here's a closed face, watch this. As I push my hands forward, I've got this little magic trick that does what? Gets my club face back to square. I want to talk to you today about live view golf. Now you guys hear me say all the time that you need feedback when you're practicing. You need to know if you're actually doing what you're trying to do, and the best way to give yourself feedback ultimately is video. And not only is video the best way to give yourself feedback, but being able to see yourself simultaneously as you're doing a movement is the best form of video feedback. It's the best way I've seen to make changes in your swing and be able to correlate the differences between your feels and your reels. Live view is super easy to use and set up. Simply set it up behind or in front of you. You connect it with your iPad or phone, pop that on the ground. You can actually do your practice, see yourself as you're doing it, the best way to expedite your process. I encourage you guys to check out Live View Golf. We'll put a link in the description down below with a coupon code. Hey guys, Eric here out at the Don Law Golf Academy at beautiful Osprey Point Golf Club in Boca Raton, Florida. Now in today's video, we're going to talk about a secret, or the secret, to shaft lean and compression that I don't think maybe you've ever heard or seen before. Let's dive in right now and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So here's the deal. Here's the secret to shaft lean and compression. I'm going to show you from face on here, and I'm going to give you a little visual and an image that really helped me wrap my head around what I needed to do to get shaft lean or get the handle forward at impact. We know that good players, good ball strikers, I've got an 8-iron here, especially with irons, are able to get shaft lean. Shaft lean meaning the shaft is leaning towards the target, or at the moment of impact, the shaft is not straight up and down, right? It's leaning towards the target, roughly to the point where my hands are back inside my left thigh. Changed a little bit per clubs we'll talk about. But what is the secret to getting shaft lean? And the very simple answer to that is club face angle. Let me show you what I mean here. If I hold the club up in front of me, and hopefully we can see this here okay, and if we could punch in on this as we're doing this, that'd be awesome so you could see this. Let's say I've got the club up in front of me. Now this club here, where the leading edge is just straight up and down, would be, we'll call that square. If I brought that down here, that's square to my target line. Now if I take this club face and I twist it closed, so let's say I turn it closed, let's just do about a 45-degree angle for the sake of example. So that's 45 degrees closed. If I bring that down to the ball, that's obviously 45 degrees closed to the left. Now if I bring that back up, that is quite a bit closed. Now if I take a closed club face, just have it pre-twisted in my hands for now, how do I get that club face back to square from here? If my options are pushing my hands forward towards the target or away from it. Here's a closed face, watch this. As I push my hands forward, I've got this little magic trick that does what? Gets my club face back to square. Let's do that again to show you we didn't edit that trick in there. So the club face is closed 45 degrees. Now as I push my hands forward towards the target, what happens? That makes the club face go from closed to square. Now if I say that a little differently, that would also mean a closed club face requires shaft lean to have a square club face at impact. Do that one more time, Eric. A closed club face requires shaft lean to get back to square at impact. You look at someone like a Dustin Johnson, everyone asks me, Eric, how in the world does, or why or how does Dustin Johnson get the hand so far forward? Because his club face is so closed that he has to get the handle so far forward so he doesn't hit it a mile left. It's motivation. Now, not only that, let's say we flip that and I have an open club face. Let's say I twist the club face open. So now it's open, whatever I'm at, 30, 40 degrees. So if I bring that down to the ball, that's clearly wide open, right? Now if I bring that back up here, when that club face is open, toes behind the heel, how do I get the open club face square if my options are push forward or push back? Watch as I push my handle back, another magic trick, the face gets back to square, back to square. So if my club face is open, to square an open club face, I would have to push my hands back and have no shaft lean, or the shaft leaning backwards. Now how does that look at impact? No bueno, right? What if I take that closed club face and I push my hands forward? How does that look at impact? Aha, very much good. So part one in learning this is to learn. Now, listen, if you're hitting balls and you're playing and you've got great shaft lean, you're probably not watching this video, didn't click on it, right? Or you don't have to worry about that. Now, you're in the 0.01% of the population who has enough shaft lean. The rest of us, me included, 99.9%, are looking for more shaft lean to hit the ball more consistently solid, like the pros. If we put up pictures of any pro on here with an iron, you're gonna see the same sort of look. All of them have their shaft here. The amateur golfers have the shaft too far back this way. So part one of fixing that is learning to get the club face closed. Now let's talk about how to do that. Hey guys, so I want to let you know real quick about an awesome holiday special we're doing at CogornoGolf.com. We're actually doing over 50% off for the special of our yearly membership. Normally it costs $69 a month. You can get a whole year, 12 months of CogornoGolf.com, monthly swing evaluations, everything on the site for $395, over 50% off what you would pay for a full year. Now, this isn't going to last forever. We're only doing this for a limited time from December 15th through January 1st. So we're going to put a link in the description down below to CogornoGolf.com. I would love for you to check it out. Everything you need to take your game to the next level. This is the lowest price it's ever going to be. We probably won't ever do this again. I would love to see you there. Check out CogornoGolf.com. Grab this while you still can. We'll put the link down below. Okay, so in terms of closing the club face, now how do we do that? There's two main options. Option one is through grip, how your hands are on the club, and option two is through wrist angles. So option one to get the club face more closed, you could do, don't have to do, could do, would be to make your grip stronger. So for a right-handed golfer, for me, from my perspective, that means turning my hands on the club clockwise. So think about my hands being straight out in front, thumbs at, let's say 12 o'clock. I would want to turn my hands to the right, clockwise for me as a righty, until they get to about 2 o'clock. So here's normal grip. I would turn them to about 2 o'clock. So now the V of my left hand and the V of my right hand would both point closer to my right shoulder. Now, why would a stronger grip make the face more tilted down? Well, if I take my strong grip and I do my takeaway, how do I know if my club face is closed? Remember from here, I held it up and the face was tilted down, 30, 45 degrees, right? Now, if I take that same thing and I do my takeaway, that would look like this. So it's tilted down the same amount, right? So this is your first checkpoint how you do this. Have the face tilted down. Now notice here, if I have a strong enough grip, I can get the club face tilted down by not doing anything with my wrists. In fact, if I have a super strong grip, I could even have it tilted down with a little cup in there. So option one would be have the grip stronger. Now you could just keep your grip the same and learn how to get the club face tilted down here during the takeaway, okay? So grip being option one. The second option is wrist conditions. If you've got a neutralish grip and you make a normal takeaway, you see the toe a little bit, or the club face a little bit too toe up, so not tilted down like our example. The second thing I could do is add wrist angles. I could bow my lead wrist, my logo, free shout out to Strixon, pointed down towards the ground, or my right hand, my right palm, pointed more down towards the ground. If I got like a spider web type of thing, like a Spider-Man, would point down towards the ground with my right palm or my left wrist. So the checkpoint here to start is get the face more closed, so you can and have to push the handle forward. What that means at here is having the club face tilted down. And so part one of learning this is get the face tilted down here and hit shots. And I want you to learn how to do this in terms of like a leapfrog style. So some of the videos we've done, like the twist away, close the club face more. Some people will come and say, hey Eric, I'm doing this and then I'm hitting the shots to the left. What do I do to fix that? And the immediate answer is You're here with a closed club face, but you don't have the shaft lean. I need you here with the closed club face and get the handle forward, right? So part one of doing this, we've got ourselves out here on the hole. I'm gonna hit down the fairway. I would like you to do and get the club face tilted down. Again, either through whatever you wanna feel. In fact, it doesn't really matter as much. Get the face tilted down. The toe is to the left of the heel, right? The club face feels like it's pointed more down at the ball. And if you can't do that with your normal motion, flex your left wrist, bend your right wrist back, or strengthen your grip, and learn to hit some shots at or left of your target. So I've got a little pole out there. I've got an 8-iron. I'm just gonna hit these, maybe 75 to 100 yards to start. So 1 or 2 rehearsals, face is more tilted down. I'm gonna go towards my little pole out there. And good, there's a shot that goes, I don't know, maybe 20 yards left, Mayor. I'd say a little bit of a pull hook. Exactly what I wanted to do at this stage, okay? Now I did that once, does that mean I own it? Of course not. Okay, I need to do that quite a few times first. I would say when you're on the range doing this, I would start with 10 in a row. Start with 10 in a row where you can get the club face tilted down, back of your left hand down or right palm down, or your grip stronger. Aim at a target about 100 yards away with an 8 or 7 iron and learn how to get them going left. Start left, curve left. Tilt the face down, get the ball to the left. So that one was probably only like 5 yards left. I could have done a better job there. Now, once I'm able to get the ball going left, what does that mean I've done? I mean, I've got the club face closing, right? Which is good. Now, once I get beyond that first phase and I want to start to lean the handle forward, that's the next step. Club face is closed, ball going left. I want the ball to not go left, I want it to go straight, so I have to learn how to get my handle forward. Let's talk about how to do that next. Okay, so once we get the club face, we're ready to push the handle forward. Of course, with all these things, you could simply think about that and feel that, right? How do I get the handle forward? Well, if you can have the face tilted down and just literally think about having the handle more forward, excellent. Make it no more complicated than that. Of course, a lot of us aren't gonna be able to just think that and do that. So how do we train that in? I think the best way, I don't want to say the easiest because this can be difficult, but the best way is to use an alignment rod. So if I put an alignment rod on the side of the club, you guys have seen this spin around forever, and I want to learn how to get the face closed and make little half swings where I don't whip myself with the stick. It can hit me, but it has to hit me past impact. If I throw my angles too early, I hit myself with the side of the stick. I want to not hit myself with the stick. I want to feel like the stick points towards the target for longer and miss myself. Now again, when I'm learning these, leapfrog, right? Hit this maybe 50 yards max. And when you can do it at 50 yards, then do it at 60 yards, then 7. You just keep adding a little bit of distance each time you go. But stick on the side, face tilted down. How come? Because I have to push my hands forward. I have to push my hands forward. Face definitely not open. How come? Because then I have to push my hands back, right? So club face close, stick in, hands forward. Now, after I've done 10, 100, 1,000, as many as needed until I can get all the balls going left on purpose, that's when I would really do this, right? I hit 2 shots. Okay, you likely will need to hit more than 2 shots for this. But I want to do 1 or 2 with this in and feel, holy cow, that feels like my face is closed and I'm really like pushing my hands forward. I'm really holding the face off. Is that normal? Yes, it is. If that's what you need to feel in the beginning. So club face tilted down and just learn how to hit little shots. So that hit my side, but it didn't hit me until after impact. I hit that maybe 70 yards and it went about 2 yards right at my target. That's how this works. Club face closed, hit it left on purpose. Add shaft lean, hit it at or right of target. That's how you take like timing out of your swing. That's how you have a really stable club face angle. That's the sequence you should learn it. So the main point of this video I wanted for you guys was to show you that example. I think that's really eye-opening when you see this, right? Like I was like, holy cow, I mean, that's eye-opening compared to here's an open club face, this is how you square it. If I took an open club face and shoved my hands forward, the face is wildly right. So those are the 2 pieces that I'd like you to focus on. That's really the secret to shaft lean. If you want to get the handle forward, you have to get the club face in order. Grip being stronger or stronger wrist conditions is part 1. Use video. If you guys have any questions, as always, leave a comment down below. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you guys liked the video, do us a favor. It really helps us out. If you click that little gray like button below this video, go ahead and click that. That really helps us. click that red subscribe button. All these things really help us with YouTube, get our videos out to more people. Be very thankful, would really support our channel. If you guys did like this video, we're gonna put another card on the screen to a similar YouTube style video. Go ahead and click that and watch that. If you wanna work with me, I would love to work with you. We'll put a logo on the screen to cogornogolf.com. You can click that, that'll take you right there. Thank you guys for watching.